wanted to give a last couple of thoughts about the Outsider project. The project has always been, I feel, bigger than the container which we have it in. It's bigger than the site as it currently exists, and we've certainly had some growing pains which we illustrated during the presentation, but even more so. For instance, I go to the site now and I can't find my login to that Weebly site which I created. I'm directed to a plethora actually of different ways to log in through Facebook and Yahoo and Twitter and whatnot, and that's all well and good, and each one of those carries its own privacy concerns, but just the original pathway I find is blocked, which is a little troubling. So we've got work to do still. With regards to process, I find it interesting that at different times during the collaboration that we were, the three of us, running at different speeds, often, if not all the time. For instance, Norris was indisposed at the beginning, even though he was one of the original idea creators. At the time when I came on board the project, he was technically homeless and going through a lot on the personal side, and was incommunicado much of the time, or running to Starbucks. And then at the end, before the presentation, the last few days, I've been moving a family of 5 across the United States to a little rural farm in Arkansas with very limited access to internet, really no access for long stretches of time to email, and just getting a computer up and running and finding a spot to get on Second Life was a big challenge, although with enough foresight and planning it came off really well. But our process, I found, was better than you would expect given those circumstances. Much better, as a matter of fact. And I credit a lot of that to Michael, but also to the tools that we had at our disposal. We had emails so that we could communicate asynchronously, and we had Twitter back and forth, and Skype conversations, and we used just about every tool that we had at our disposal in different ways, and each has its own strengths and weaknesses. I found it refreshing and kind of wonderful and eye-opening that a little encouragement and certainly a lot of courtesy and little pats on the back went a whole long way in this process to keeping everything positive and things moving forward, and the humanity of that coming through the sort of well, I mentioned this in the meeting, but the sort of mechanical way in which we communicate was so very necessary to the process, much more so, I find, than in face-to-face communications. Perhaps I should apply a little bit more of that in my face-to-face communications. A little bit more glad-handing, a little bit more positive thinking, but I've been involved in a lot of collaborations that really don't require that, where actually this is what's wrong and this is what's wrong and this going straight to the problem rather than encouraging one another got things done. So. And finally, I'd like to encourage you, my colleagues, and anyone in the future visiting this blog page to have a look at the site and take a look at the Outsiders project and to sound off. Give us your take on it, and perhaps, if you would be so kind and have the time, contribute some text, a video, share something, share a time in your life when you were vulnerable and had these feelings, and I think it will help others. And most importantly, share us with your network. Help us branch out and reach a greater audience and do greater good. That's why we went in this direction, and you can be a great help to us. I guess that's it. It's been a great semester, and I feel that we're still at the beginning of something that's going to be very, very special with the Outsiders project. Good luck to everybody. Ciao.